Right. And this all ties into our being our authentic selves as well,
Yeah, for sure.
when we're really able to express ourselves in a creative way as well.
Exactly. And here's the thing, we're judging, assessing, and evaluating each other all the time. It's sort of hardwired into us, and we're judging, evaluating, and assessing ourselves too. So,
So, how can individuals begin to find their true voice, especially if they've been silenced or misunderstood for a long time?
finding your true voice is really something that it's fun, it's available, and one of the things you do, we've grown up over time, pretending to be someone that we're not in order to protect the person that we are. It's beyond ludicrous. Like we're going to pretend to be somebody else in order to protect the person that we really are. It's preposterous. So when we really start looking at it, we start thinking, well, what happened? Well, as a child, perhaps you were told to sit down and stop being yourself, sit down, listen, copy off the what I put on the board here, and then we'll pass you into the next grade and all that. And we've learned how to say the right thing, how to be the, how to bite our own tongues and say something that even we don't believe. That's another absurdity, by the way. You let something out of your mouth that you don't even believe. What the hell is that? What is that? That's not even lying. That's beyond lying. At least when lying, you know that you don't believe it and you're saying it for an alternative reason. No, you actually say stuff that is some people, maybe not you, some people, most people occasionally find themselves saying things that even they don't believe. That's like the extreme, right? So we have become
To conform.
it's really wild, right? It's just wild, so that we won't be thrown off the island, so we won't to be distracting or won't be disruptive or won't cause damage or, we make up some reason on why we should try to be somebody different than we are. So the first step is to really get acknowledgement of that. What's in the way is fear of being who you are and being thrown off the island or being told you don't belong or being, disregarded or disrespected or dismissed. And when we do that, we one of the ways that we can really get is like there is a person here, and we all are frankly aware of the person that's in here. Because even when you're lying, even when you're saying things that you don't believe, there is a you there going, dude, you don't even believe that. That's that you, and that dude who's saying that, that's the real you. Now, I'd like you to all just kind of tap into that person and spend a couple minutes, like maybe every day, say something different than what you've said to the people in your inner circle. Like, say something new, say something authentic, actually tell them a truth, tell them an honesty, like give them a genuine capacity to see who you really are. The thing is that authenticity will trump agreement every time. So when you're authentic, you'll be able to create a space for authenticity for others. And in that possibility of creating a space for authenticity to others, it becomes really addicting, actually, to be very honest with yourself. It's so much easier than all the lying that we do. We think that lying is protecting us. It's not protect. You're going to get dismissed anyway. It's just you're a different fool, not you. The fool you're pretending to be is going to be dismissed. So it doesn't really work on top of that. So when we get that being authentic opens up the space for this honest, like resonating harmonic communication, because now we're just being human, then the possibility exists that we're able to grow at that moment. And it's totally addicting. Like I love it because when I'm in that phase of authenticity, I'm not great at it either. I'm not. I'm able to pull off the same crap as anybody. When I'm resonating harmonically, there's a sense that I am really that there's a worthwhileness. There's a sense of I'm a human. There's a sense that opens up the possibility of being heard and having the other person also feel like it's possible that they'll be heard in my presence. I don't have anything better to pay attention to. I really don't. And you ask me what are my travels around the world? It's just a confirmation. We don't do anything more better than that. More better. We don't do anything better than that. We just don't. That's really what we have. We have authentic self. Do you care what someone's inauthentic self has to say about something? Do you really want to meet somebody's inauthentic self? No. Do you want to learn from somebody who's being inauthentic? No. Do you want to love somebody who's being inauthentic? No, you're not. I mean, we're all so totally interested in the purity of authenticity. So that's all that's really here. And it doesn't happen overnight. I'm not asking you to get to go to the top of the mountain and scream that you hate your mother in law or something. That's not how it works. It's a matter of really just getting more and more incrementally close to what's really your core self and then expressing that through whatever means possible. And then listening, really carefully listening to what's being called for from the other people.
Active listening.
Active, very active listening. That's not a passive act. Listening is a very real activity.
Well, thank you, Dr. Moss, so much for being on the show and sharing your invaluable insights.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, Anisha.
Before we wrap up, can you let our listeners know where they can find and learn more about your work?
Yeah, the best way to find me and see what I'm up to, I have this like very dynamic site called drfred360.com that kind of gets loaded every week with the newer stuff that I've just most recently done. So you can see at drfred360.com, you can see all that. My main website, which is going through some sort of facelift these days, is called Welcome to Humanity. So there's welcometohumanity.net. And then I buzz around social media every so often. You can find me on Facebook and on LinkedIn, and you can get access to me and even a discovery call from either of the places I just said, or if you reach out to me on LinkedIn or Facebook. Those are the two places I like. I like LinkedIn. I really don't like Facebook, but I'm stuck there and for some reason because I'm just human. And that's those are probably the best places to find me.
Hey guys, I would like to take a moment to introduce you to our app, Yoga Plus. You will have access to an incredible selection of videos led by top instructors in yoga, fitness, nutrition, and so much more. Download our Yoga Plus app available on iOS and Android today.